Ever wondered why, in a world so advanced, people still live in cage-sized homes? Hey there, fellow explorers. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're delving into the hidden reality of urban living in Hong Kong. We'll be exploring the unique phenomenon of cage homes, a stark symbol of the city's housing crisis. Hong Kong, a city of towering skyscrapers, bustling markets and dazzling lights. But behind the glamour lies a harsh reality, a housing crisis unlike any other. So the top question of 2024 is, why are people still living in cages? It's a question that might seem perplexing at first glance. As we've catapulted into the 21st century, our world has seen unprecedented progress in technology, healthcare, and countless other sectors. Yet paradoxically, one of the most basic human needs, shelter, remains an elusive luxury for many. The global housing crisis is a stark reminder of this disquieting reality. With the surge in population and the scarcity of affordable housing, millions around the world find themselves cornered into a life of compromise. In the midst of this, an unusual phenomenon has emerged as a symptom of the crisis: cage homes. These aren't cages for animals, but for people. Cage homes, also known as coffin homes, are tiny, subdivided apartments with metal bunk beds enclosed by wire mesh. Imagine living in a space barely bigger than a closet, with little to no ventilation or privacy. Specifically nestled in the heart of Hong Kong, these homes are not just buildings, but a testament to human resilience and adaptability in the face of adversity. As we delve into the history of cage homes, we begin to comprehend the gravity of the housing crisis. The inception of cage homes dates back to the 1950s, a time of great change. They came during a period of rapid population growth. With an influx of immigrants and limited land, landlords sought to maximize profits by cramming as many people as possible into single apartments. The 50s saw an influx of Chinese immigrants into Hong Kong, each seeking refuge and opportunity in the bustling city. So, with this wave of immigration came an unprecedented housing shortage, a crisis that would leave thousands on the brink of homelessness. Hong Kong, a city known for its towering skyscrapers and vibrant urban life, found itself grappling with a dilemma. In the face of escalating housing demands, it needed a quick, efficient solution. That's when the concept of cage homes emerged, presenting a unique yet unsettling resolution to the housing crisis. These cage homes, quite literally, were wire mesh cages stacked atop each other, forming a grid of tiny living spaces. Each cage, measuring roughly 6 by 2.5 feet, was designed to accommodate one person. They were squeezed into every conceivable corner of the city, in old buildings, under staircases, and in cramped alleyways. Although rudimentary and often lacking in basic amenities, these homes provided a roof over the heads of many who otherwise would have been left on the streets. They catered to the city's poorest, those who had fallen through the cracks of society and were struggling to keep their heads above water. In the beginning, these homes were seen as a temporary solution, a stopgap measure until more permanent housing could be arranged. Yet, as the years rolled on, and the housing crisis deepened, these cage homes became a permanent fixture in the city's landscape. They turned into symbols of desperation and resilience, testaments to the lengths humans would go to survive. In a city where space is a luxury and the cost of living continues to skyrocket, the cage homes served as a stark reminder of the widening gap between the rich and the poor. They highlighted the harsh reality of life for those on the margins, those for whom a cage was the only home they could afford. The 1950s marked the beginning of an era that would redefine the living conditions for many Hong Kongers. Over the decades, the cage home phenomenon has evolved, but not necessarily for the better. As Hong Kong grew, so too did the population. The city's rapid urbanization and limited land availability led to an escalation in housing prices. The cage homes, initially created as a temporary solution, became an enduring fixture of the city's landscape. These homes, originally designed to house the city's poorest residents, began to serve a broader demographic. Factory workers, new immigrants, and even some of the city's elderly found themselves calling these wire mesh cages home. The living conditions in these homes have remained largely unchanged over the years. Picture, if you will, a single room filled with cage-like structures stacked on top of each other. Each cage is just big enough for a single adult to sleep in, with a bit of space for personal belongings. Often, up to 20 people share these rooms, with each person allotted a space barely larger than a coffin. Over time, the conditions in these homes have worsened. The rooms are often poorly ventilated and overcrowded. A single toilet and kitchen are shared among all the residents, leading to poor hygiene and increasing the risk of disease transmission. Despite the harsh conditions, these cages are often the only affordable housing option for many of Hong Kong's residents. The high rental prices in the city have forced people to live in these cramped conditions, highlighting the city's severe wealth disparity. But it's not all doom and gloom. There are initiatives aimed at improving the living conditions in these homes. Non-profit organizations have stepped in, providing resources and support to the residents of these cage homes. They work tirelessly to ensure that these individuals have access to basic amenities and healthcare. As we move further into the 21st century, the question remains, how will the cage home phenomenon evolve? Will it continue to be a symbol of Hong Kong's housing crisis, or will it fade away as the city finds new solutions to its housing problem? As these cage homes continue to exist, they paint a stark picture of the city's wealth disparity. Who are the people calling these cage homes their own? Let's delve into the lives of those residing within the confines of these cage homes. The population is diverse, but they share a common denominator. They're victims of the city's daunting housing prices. Firstly, we have the low-wage workers. These are the city's unsung heroes who keep the metropolis humming along, from the street cleaners to the kitchen helpers. Despite their crucial roles, their earnings are barely enough to afford even the most basic of accommodations. Then, there are the elderly citizens. Some have spent their twilight years in these cramped quarters, unable to afford a comfortable retirement home. Their stories serve as poignant reminders of the city's escalating housing crisis. Strikingly, the cage home phenomenon is no longer solely confined to the older generation or low-wage workers. In recent years, we've seen an influx of younger residents fresh out of school or university. These bright sparks, bursting with potential, are stymied by the city's exorbitant rents, forcing them into cage homes as they start their professional journeys. These individuals, each with their own unique story, paint a vivid picture of life in cage homes. They're not mere statistics on a housing report, but living, breathing testimonies to the city's growing divide between the haves and the have-nots. These are the faces of the cage home reality, a testament to the city's housing crisis. The existence of cage homes is a stark reminder of the severity of the global housing crisis. These homes, born out of necessity, are a testament to the resilience and adaptability of humankind. As we've seen, cage homes emerged in Hong Kong in the mid-20th century, a time when the city was grappling with a massive influx of people and a severe lack of affordable housing. Over time, these homes evolved from a temporary solution into a permanent part of the city's urban landscape. Today, they house a diverse group of residents, from the elderly who have spent their entire lives within these confined spaces, to the young and ambitious, seeking a foothold in one of the world's most expensive cities. Each resident has a unique story to tell, a story that is interwoven with the larger narrative of Hong Kong's rapid urbanization and persistent housing crisis. The existence of cage homes underscores the immense challenges that cities around the world face in providing affordable housing. It forces us to confront the harsh realities of inequality and highlights the urgent need for innovative, sustainable solutions to the housing crisis. As we strive for progress, it's essential to remember that solutions like cage homes aren't a cure for the crisis, but a symptom of a more significant problem. The living conditions in cage homes raise serious concerns about housing affordability, social inequality, and urban poverty in Hong Kong. While the government has taken steps to address the issue, such as providing subsidized housing and increasing public housing supply, the demand still far outweighs the supply. Thank you for joining us on this journey to explore the reality of cage homes in Hong Kong. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more eye-opening content. Until next time, take care.